Political philosophy. Okay, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? There's multiple options I can think of here. First of all, the extra immunity and the extra housing from Classical Republic. Now that would give me a huge base to grow. So Classical Republic is always a good option. Autocracy. 1 yield to each of everything actually in my capital and 10% production towards wonders. Only building the 1 wonder. So I think just for that, like all of the other wonders have been taken. The game is moving them quick. If this was less people, I think I'd go for that one, but I'm going to go Classical Republic just to keep all of my citizens happy. We can still put Corvée in, I can still put builders in, I can still put in Diplomatic League. So we've got a full production set for builders and production generally. And you can see that my capital's happy now. So we have increased the wonder speed considerably. I think that's just a more sustainable way of doing it. Oh, this is a way that we're going to find we could get a lot of gold from this map. Clearing and liberating cities. So I'm just sending out a missionary there to spread my own religion around. But if we can start to liberate cities, we can reduce grievances and we can do more raiding. One of the things I'm really looking forward to is going down this and unlocking privateers. Once we've got those, I will absolutely be pillaging as much as I can. Here's Indonesia. Wanted to meet you. Yes, I'd love to sample your hospitality. Have you got anything for me? No. She might buy my horses. She will. Oh, she likes horses. Best of all the animals, you could say. Actually made friends with Indonesia. We're making good friends around the map. Is that because they've gone... Oh, I thought they might have gone pirates. Indonesian pirates would have been something I would have paid to see on this map. Good gold. Good gold. Now, the fun thing about not opening your borders to anybody is you feel like I've got a lot of secrets on these islands that nobody really knows about. Nobody knows what's going on my east coast, and kind of like that. There's a sort of forbidden knowledge going along here. Just improving my capital even further and also getting the boost to construction whilst we're at it. Here's a watermill. 1 food, 1 production, but also another food from my rice down there. Oh yes, we need an epic Tokyo. I want to get to 20 pop as soon as possible. That's my aim. Okay, now I'm going to save my gold. I promise. Gilgamesh. Oh, exchanging information on capitals? You know what? I can show people where I am, but doesn't mean they're allowed in. And of course, Gilgamesh will accept friendship because they always do. He's brilliant. Turtle religion. It spreads. 50-player game and I managed to get a wonder. I love it. Temple of Artemis is not a bad wonder to take as well. Each camp, pasture and plantation improvement within 4 tiles of this wonder provides 1 immunity. I've got a few of those in my capital, so we've guaranteed pretty much ecstatic happiness in my capital, and the food and housing just makes it even better. One thing I am just thinking, do I have space in Tokyo for mausoleum? I actually do if I have this tile. Possible. It is possible, which means in theory I've actually got quite a nice theatre square there already, +4. I reckon I'm going to put the harbour down before I put the campus down. A little strange ordering, I know, but to me I think that might work nicely. Let's get 1 builder, get that sorted as quickly as we can. Oh, construction means that we can get lumber mills down. I've got 2 woods that are being worked that could have lumber mills. That'll be nice. India, another 6-city empire. So India and Vietnam by far doing the best out of everybody so far. Oh, they're selling a truffle. That is useful because I can buy it for not very much gold, even though I've already got one, and now I can sell my truffle for like 20 gold per turn. There we go. Look for duplicates, everyone. Doesn't matter if they're your duplicates or not. That is a nice amount of extra gold. Okay, we're saving up for our Phantom flagship now. One thing I'm going to do, head north, kill some barbs, get a level on my flagship, get a couple of trade routes from it, send them internally. We should be happy. Do I unlock bronze working? Do I unlock bronze working? How likely am I to have my plans ruined by bronze working? High. It feels like a high risk, doesn't it? But yeah, I think I will put a city on this island, and I think I am going to put a city up here as well. We're going to combine and combo this. So I'm going to put a campus next to this geothermal fissure, which means I'll want to harbour that tile, which means I then need to be working, say, this tile, which actually means that this is a mausoleum city of some repute. Look at this. Maybe I'll put the mausoleum up here. Yeah, rather in Tokyo. I've got a few options for it. Hopefully I'll build it in one of those places. We'll see. Arabia. Oh, you're not doing well. Few civilizations really limited. Arabia is on 1 city, as are the Kemans and Korea. Not everyone does well on this map. Bronze working, and look at this, my science grows ever higher. Actually went up by about 4 with 1 population in Tokyo, and that's because I get a science from a population, I'm working another science on this tile, and I think I just got another bit from my religion as well. So it's a really good combination, that. Let's get the irrigation boost. Alright, look, there you go. Even Korea think I'm doing well technologically now. That's a great sign. So I'm just going to save my gold very briefly. Get one more builder because I can now officially get my Phantom Flagship. This thing is really good. It starts with an upgrade. I hope that will actually give me a trade route right off the bat. We'll see if that works. Where was the iron? Oh, the iron that's the only one. Oh, and I've got some there as well. Okay, that's not too bad, you know? I was really worried it would be popping up on every single tile I was looking to improve, but no, not too bad. What's the first upgrade I should get? 1 extra range and 5 combat strength. Gold based on the combat strength of defeated units. That could be fun. Haunted allies. Adjacent naval units also benefit from mission units promotions. We'll get that a little bit later. Let's get the crack cannons first. There we go. We just got to call this the Flying Ursa. Yes. Okay, so it can shoot pretty well. This Phantom Flagship gets stronger as I build lighthouses, shipyards, and seaports. I think it's like 20, 25, and 30 combat strength, or 15, 20, and 25 as you build them. So the first lighthouse I build will make that significantly more powerful. You may be asking, why am I not buying these tiles up so that Korea doesn't steal them? I don't have the gold. I have gold coming in, but they are unfortunately too expensive. They're like 135 for each tile. So I think what I'm going to do is, if this tile goes, that will be really annoying. What I might have to do is just, take over Korea and steal the tiles later. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Puppeting Korea, as Japan feels like a first step, doesn't it? Install a puppet government and so on. Actually, the best thing that could happen to me would be someone like China takes over the city. Then I can steal it from China and I won't get anywhere near the Diplo grievance from doing it. All right, there's one of the tiles. Get that harbor in as quickly as I can. We're just going to lock that in. And then what I'm going to do is, before I finish the harbor, I'm going to get the audience chamber finished. That means my capital will get 2 more amenities and 4 housing, but I can start to put in governors in my other cities and have some fun that way. Now, I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to get an experience from killing barbs anymore yet, because we get that starting level. That's a little bit annoying, but hey, I'll take it. It's fine. Who else am I going to meet? Let's find new people. That's interesting. This city was a free city, and it actually spread to Vietnam rather than to the Kemans. Huh. Wow, just shows you how well Vietnam's doing. Okay, yeah, Flying Ursa is just going to start shooting barbs. It's going to take ages to level up, absolutely ages, but at least I can keep my lands nice and safe. Tokyo, 22 production? No. Get 1 upgrade there, 2 upgrades there, and yeah, 27 production. There we go. What's worth more for me? 3 production or 7 faith? I'm going to say 7 faith because that will be handy later on when I want to get great people, when I want to get Grandmaster's Chapel, stuff like that. Builders, maybe the wonder isn't such an important thing for me anymore. Do I want to get maritime industries? No, actually we can get the production or the gold. No, let's get the gold because I'm going to get another trader very, very soon. I'm just saving up a little bit of gold to do that now. Oh, that's right. My Phantom Flagship. It can coastal raid, which means I can pick up tribal villages. 100 faith. Oh, that's quite nice. My first iron mine. Not good for appeal, that, but at least it gives me a little bit more production in my capital. Time for my second trader. Now that my capital's got 2 districts, this should be worth a significantly larger amount of food and production. And actually, this trader should be just about done as well now. How many turns on that? 1 turn. I'm going to start getting them sending into Tokyo. But I'm improving all the tiles around my 2nd and 3rd cities, so they are starting to switch online in terms of having a lot of production now. I'm not sure I'm going to quite get to 100 science by turn 100, but 47 by turn 75 is pretty good. I'm happy with that. Haven't really got the trade routes online as well. Not quite yet. Soon, though. Soon. Yeah, there we go. There's the route. 3 food, 2 production, 6 gold, 2 science, 2 culture to Tokyo. And that's before we get the harbour dam. So that'll get even better. But, these routes are going to start to add up very nicely now. Oh, that's a barbarian settler. Okay. Who was that? I don't know who left that behind, but I will take it. Ethiopia. I always expect Ethiopia to be very strong on these maps. They've got a lot of space, and turning faith into other yields is something the Deity AI does very well. Actually, the good thing about having Tokyo in the middle of the land and not on the coast is that all of my trade routes are going via land and putting down some really nice roads to do it. But again, another 3 food, 2 production, 6 gold, 2 science, 2 culture route. Plus, I have another governor now. Who are we going to get out next? Should we put Liang down in Nagoya? I like the ability to get builders a little cheaper and a little more effectively. Yeah, Nagoya needs a bit of loyalty, so let's pop you down. And this will give the city enough amenities to be ecstatic. We'll have the same in this one. Yes. Unbelievably, my capital is now up to 11 amenities. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Plus, this settler that I stole, I can actually go and settle Hokkaido with. That in itself is quite the achievement. So we'll be stealing and nabbing that as soon as we can. Oh my lord, Korea. Look at that. They may actually settle a second city after all. That'd be epic if they do, because it means I can steal their mainland city and create a North and South Korea divide. How topical. Get this builder done. We've got ourselves a shrine. Let's get the temple sorted now. We've almost got a harbour in Nagoya. Pop that down, get the temple there as well. This harbour's good, but again, we'll get the temple. 3 temples, bunch more faith. I'm actually saving up my faith because in theory, I could start to pick up great engineers, rush some wonders. I like the sound of that. By the way, just pointing this out whilst it's here, Tokyo, best city in the world. Oh, it's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. It's a 54 science now. That's a lot of extra gold and era score. This might be a little bit of a gamble here, actually, but can I just buy that tile? I want to buy the tile to stop Korea picking it up. I think that's going to shunt the settler to the sea, but I might be wrong. Just in case I am, I'm going to buy this tile first. This is a huge waste of money, I appreciate, but let's see where they get teleported. To the sea. Good. Okay, they might have teleported to this tile if I was unlucky, and then they would have just gone into the sea from there. So I reckon Korea are actually trying to go and settle Hokkaido. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. That's really funny. Now this is quite exciting. Buying a lighthouse in Nagoya gives me another trade route, gives me a bunch of food and housing in this city, but more importantly, it actually now powers up the flying Ursa. If we now look at the attack, you can see I'm getting plus 15 from lighthouse. That's a permanent upgrade. Oh, that's a lot more effective than it used to be. And here is city number 4. Settles, immediately gets a lumberyard put in, and I could holy site or I could harbour. You know what, I'm gonna start with the harbour this time. Little different, but there you go. And there's my religion spread as well. I reckon I need 1 more settlement, and I've pretty much got Japan settled as I would want it. And we can start looking at the world with more of a, how best do we put this? Colonial eye. Yes, let's say that. Congo, and an interesting choice as well, because it's a really good Congo. Already up to 6 cities here. Africa always does well on these TSL maps. I'll pay for open borders. I want through. I want to go and meet everyone here, including Zulu. Apprenticeship puts me in the medieval era. I can now put down industrial zones, which I'm going to pop into Tokyo relatively soon. Should probably lock in the cost of this aqueduct before it gets too expensive. And another governor. Now that I've got Liang, I reckon Rena will pop you up in my 3rd city. A new trade route though. Oh yeah, these things are getting good. These things are getting very good. Zulu, we're right down to the tip of Africa now. I need to meet 1 more person and we will have a golden age, which is a really useful thing. 20 gold for open borders. Oh, that feels like a lot. Actually, no, I found Singi. Yeah, we go. We've got a golden age. Yes, Tokyo. Keep getting better. Every district improvement now. Actually, that's a really weird way of doing it. I guess it goes through its harbour, doesn't it? Every time Tokyo finishes a district, I'm now getting 3 extra science, culture, and 6 gold because of the improvements to all these traders. And it's just going to get better and better. I'm going to actually sacrifice this 2-4 tile, which is a bit of a shame, for a diplomatic quarter. And we're going to do that after the harbour's finished because I get an extra food and production from trade routes to Tokyo. But there's, I'd say, about 6 or 7 right now that have sent me a delegation, and that would all give me extra diplomatic favor, which would be awesome if I could start selling that. Tokyo's harbor is finished, so we've bought a lighthouse, more food for Tokyo, more housing, and more importantly, another trade route. Being honest with you, I'm not entirely sure if I do want to keep spreading my religion. I mean, the science is good, but the faith isn't really worth the expenditure, but I had a charge 3, and I can spread it to Seoul, so I might as well. Are you really selling a relic for 132 gold? Yes, I will buy that. That's amazing. Thank you. It's always worth checking the international market for stuff like this. The amount of random stuff you find, like again, this is another book. It's way cheaper than buying a monument. Yeah, great. I'll take it. Politics of Africa is increasingly complicated. Looks like Zulu, Congo are at war. Vietnam is fighting someone. Who that is, we're not entirely sure. Maybe Mongolia? Don't know. Whoever it is, I'd like to think it's not our problem. I really cannot decide whether I want to settle a city here or not. I really can't. It's very tempting not to. As I say, the less cities I have, the more benefit the CYP mod gives us. It's not a huge difference, but I'll show you what it is. So this is CYP's mod. Oh, look. So we're about to go into the medieval era. Boosted city growth. Okay, so we do get a little bit more growth and it disappears by the 10th city. So at the moment, we've got 3% extra growth. You see, it's not a very big bonus at the moment, but it gets bigger and it gets to its maximum height at the industrial era. It would be the difference between 18 and 16%. Okay, so that's pretty similar. And then as a city gets past 10 population and gets to 20 population, you can see there'll be a 15% bonus to yields compared to a 10. So we're talking really small amounts. We can also build a tall extension with 4 cities when we get to 17 pop or 19 pop for 5 cities. Okay, and a lot of my policy cards max out at 5. You know what? I'm going to go to 5 cities. I think it's worth it. There you go. Sold all my resources. We can get a settler. I'm just going to go and immediately settle it. Why not? Why not? I'm just keeping Tokyo's population nice and full. We need to get our cities to 19 pop, which is quite the ask, but I think we can do it. 19 population to get the benefits from the CYP tall extensions. Oh, look at my traders though. 4 food, 4 production, 10 gold, 4 science, 4 culture. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Oh, I tell you what, the temptation to attack Korea is so vast right now. It really is. As soon as I get feudalism and I can send samurai over to Korea, I mean, it kind of feels like a rite of passage for Japan, doesn't it? Oh no. Oh, that was a terrible, terrible time in history. +5 diplomatic favor from delegations though. Yeah, having that diplomatic quarter has been a revelation for me. Tasty, tasty times. Yum, yum. I'm actually second in science. Amazing. I mean, I assume Babylon is the winner here. Buttress, naval tradition. Naval tradition is the important one here. Yes, having 6 gold per turn is nice, but I could get 8 gold per turn. My harbors are better. Just keep that in mind for 1 turn's time. That's all I'm saying. Mali. Mali, I really, really wanted to meet. Mali has an obscene amount of gold. 9 cities, 43 population. I think they are the leaders at the moment in this game. And they've also, I noticed, have been taking every merchant, like Mali normally does. But I mean every merchant, and they had these so quickly. It was crazy to see. Now I can actually buy some mercury from them for not very much, which is brilliant, because looking at my luxuries now, we're at +6, +10, +7, +6. I think even if I settle this extra city, I should still be ecstatic in every city, which is a great thing. You know, one thing I haven't met yet? Any city-state. There actually should be a few in this map. Yeah, there should be 11, because we only took up 50 slots, and there's 62 normally available. So why 11 spawned in and not 12, I don't know. But yeah, there should be some city-states. You know who I'm really hoping for? Given I'm on an island. Auckland. Oh, Auckland. Any day of the week. A glorious age looks a lot like gloating to me. Oh, well, whatever. No one else around me is in a golden age. It's because Japan is beautiful. Now, here we go. The mod adds another golden age to the game. City life. 15% faster growth and 2 loyalty per turn for cities on my original capital continent. 5% science, culture, faith, and great person points in cities with at least 20 population. That will be useful later into the game. I do not have any cities with 20 population right now at all. I'm going to go for 3 inquiry. Commercial hub and harbour districts, gold adjacency gives me science. I have quite a bit of that already. +4, +4, and a new +5, and this +5 is being worked on. So you can see I'm going to go from 84 science per turn to 116. I have 100 science by turn 100 on my little Japanese island. Oh yes, that is rather wonderful. Oh my goodness, it's an actual city-state. Kamasi. Okay, not that interesting a city-state for me, to be honest with you. It's trade routes to city-states. I don't have any around me. So I'm going to give them 1 envoy, which counts as 2, because that gives me 1 culture in my capital, but I won't give them any more than that. I think that's a good thing for me. Don't need to worry about it anymore. I'm also going to go harbour adjacency, replacing scripture, and I'm going to pop back in maritime industries. Namely because once my cities have done a little bit of infrastructure, I am going to start making a few boats. A bit like this, just interspersing my regular buildings with boats. By doing this, I'll build up a little bit of a navy, and if I do want to go and attack Korea, which is very tempting, actually given the fact they've got another city up there, I only need to take this one. It might be quite fun to do, admittedly. Kree normally has a lot of space and a lot of luxuries. They do have marble. No, don't come to my city. Ugh, terrible. World Congress. Actually, this is a great time to put in cost towards production. That's wonderful. And okay, who do we know? Vietnam. Do Vietnam have a religion? I think they do, don't they? Yeah, this is Vietnam's religion. Okay, they're likely to vote on their own religion, so we're going to vote with that one as well. Hopefully we'll get some points. Diplomatic victory. If we could win an isolationist diplomatic victory, that would be quite amusing, to be fair. I'd take that. Production. Catholicism. Only the 1 point. With a 50-player game, chances of us getting diplomatic victory, very low. Very, very low. A few more meets. We've got Nubia and we've got Carthage. Oh, no, I don't mean to invite you to my city. No time for pleasantries. City number 5. Pretty sure that's not where Kyoto is, but we won't question this too much. There's a trader. I did wonder what was so weird about this particular map, but I've just realized it's because rainforest is spawned on grassland. You don't see that. That's not something that normally is allowable under the map settings, so it's just weird to see. Look at these routes to Tokyo. Oh, yes. Lovely. Medieval fairs boosted. I always like when you see that one with Japan, you know you're doing something right. Spain. That's interesting. Honored to meet you and all. Yeah, exchanging information on capitals. That's fine, but Chingeti. This is a city-state that I want. Right, at the very least, I'm going to give it 3 envoys, because then my temples and my shrines are giving me more. But international and domestic trader, it's giving me 1 faith for every follower of my religion. It's not ideal, because a lot of them are going from my small cities to my big city. But I am going to start getting trade routes in a second from my big city to my small cities, and that'll come in really handy there. So yes, envoys. Envoys suddenly are much more important than they were about 10 seconds ago. Portugal. 468 gold per turn. Yeah, they're always going to be a big player on a big TSL map. Portugal, very much the antithesis of Japan. We're sticking our island. We're doing nothing. Nothing that involves us leaving. Portugal are all about getting out there, trading with people. Ugh, awful. Terrible. Just to get ready for this, I'm going to denounce Korea. I think we need to make sure that we are using as many formal wars and casus belli, everything along those lines. It needs to be sort of just maintained, because I just feel the world could turn on me like instantaneously, and I just don't want to deal with that. I really want to build a campus, but my science is 145. It's not my weakness. I'm tempted also to get industrial zones. It's all about appeal. Yeah, my industrial zones, they're probably going to ruin a lot of the adjacency that I've got going on here. All right, we're just going to build a couple of industrial zones. Yeah, I know it's going to ruin the appeal of some tiles, but I can't have perfect appeal on all of them. We need an industrial, powerful Japan. Feudalism. Builders are very helpful. Right, maritime industries, don't need that anymore. Let's put serfdom in, and I'm going to actually put corvée in. We're going to look to build some wonders. Tokyo, I've been meaning to build this aqueduct for some time, I can't lie, but we just unlocked Kilwa. And we've also got Mausoleum. Both of those are good options. Now, Mausoleum's really handy when you have Imhotep. I just realized someone bought an engineer. Oh, Indonesia just bought an engineer. That really helps, because now I can insta-build Mausoleum. Excellent. All right, Tokyo. In that case, can you build me Kilwa? Pretty much my only city with the production to do something like this. 19 turns. Oh, that's a tough one, but I can get a good trade route up and running. A little bit of production, a little bit of gold, a little bit of science and culture into Tokyo. Putting up more lumber mills as well. We've got a lot of infrastructure now being built in Tokyo. Yeah, the production is going to fly through the roof very soon. What do? Do I go into the chaos of the Mediterranean and meet all those civs, or do I go round to the UK? We're going to go round to the UK. Probably not the correct answer, but it's what I'm going to do. Inner workings of the Mediterranean can remain a crazy mystery to me. I've also made a bit of a decision. I'm not going to pop at any cities until I can declare a Golden Age war. That way, my grievances are going to be pretty much 0. I think the world is going to hate me if I do it before then, so we're going to hold off. But I will, as soon as I can declare a formal war, I will declare one on Korea to pillage, because there's so much to pillage here. 2 campus pillages, a commercial hub pillage, 2 harbor pillages, and then a bunch of improvements. Don't forget, the Flying Ursa can pillage land tiles. It's effectively a really, really beefy privateer. I always like to admit when I see improvements in my technique. I'm just looking at Hokkaido. I got so distracted by the campus and the harbour setup here that I realised if I'd settled a little bit further north, I would have had a bunch of extra crabs I could have worked. Oh well. I mean, crabs are not decent resources, to be fair, but especially because this is going to be my mausoleum city up in the north with the most coast to city ratio. Could have been a little bit better, but you know, these are the sort of optimizations you make a little bit later on when you're sort of thinking it through. This is turn 100, by the way. We have officially reached turn 100. Still haven't left the mainland, which is kind of what I'm looking for. But oh yeah, look at all these tiles. Already, these are going to be really, really good. So I'm actually going to throw a couple of builders this way now. Serfdom builders. They have 5 charges. We're going to go make sure that this city is a work of art. And next turn, we unlock shipyards, which are going to turn all of my naval adjacency, which I have got a lot of it, into raw production. Oh yes, this is going to be rather entertaining. Turn 100, 150 science per turn, 167 gold per turn. You know what? As games go, this is a start that I am pretty proud of, but we're going to be able to convert this into something decent. Only time will tell. Goodness me, my science and culture is impressive. I'm just looking at how many things are 1 or 2 turns here. I keep changing my mind and thinking about this. If I wait until I can get a Golden Age war, it's going to be well into maybe the Atomic Era? I can't bother to wait that long. We might have to take some diplomatic penalty. Just a little bit of a diplomatic penalty. So I will declare war as soon as the formal war is available. But in advance, I need to actually unlock the raid card so that I can actually get decent pillaging for all that I'm doing. Otherwise, what's the point? The Outlaw Cove, by the way, this is the replacement lighthouse that I could get if I upgraded Brigand Court 1 more. It's pretty much exactly the same as the lighthouse, except it gives a merchant point as well as an admiral point. That's quite fun. It gives 1 amenity to the city, and it gives me another 2 gold per era since built or last repaired. So as long as they don't break, they get quite good. So I think I am going to treat myself to bosun now. Plus, first mate. Oh, this is industrial era, so we are 2 ages away from this. But when we can unlock this, naval units gain the ability to perform coastal raids, like Norway. Imagine frigates doing that. Oh, it's brilliant. And all pillaging gives me double the yield. Yes, it doesn't double the double, so it would effectively be with the raid card on 150% more than usual rather than 50% more than usual. It's a big number though. It is well worth doing. I'm just going to quickly dip into cartography as well. As much as I like my relic that's giving me 4 faith per turn, this is what I'm looking at right now. 58 gold per turn. Ugh, I can't say no to these deals. It's always worth looking at this stuff. Some people sell relic for very, very cheap and other people buy them for a lot of money. Not always. Look, there we go. There's no other cheap relic on the map, but this means that I can afford a shipyard in maybe a turn or 2, which is lovely. Oh, there's something wonderful about when all your cities line up. 1, 2, 3, 4 cities all about to get a population on the same turn. I love it. 34 population in 5 cities? That's good. But 38 population in 4 cities or 5 cities? That is even better. Oh yes, lovely. 158 science now. Not bad considering we haven't built a single campus yet. Let's treat my capital to a shipyard. Now, this is going to do a few things. Gives me a tiny bit more food, tiny bit more gold, a little bit of production on worked but unimproved tiles. I'm not really working any of these in Tokyo, that's fine. But 8 production, because it gives me the adjacency of the harbour and I'm currently doubling it. That will help me to build Kilwa nice and quickly, especially because Imhotep, there are other classical era wonders available, but things like Colosseum, Petra, they're going to be very difficult to place right now. I don't know if they're worth it. I really don't know if they're worth it, so I'm tempted just to use Imhotep's production to boost Kilwa. I'll come back to that, but the Flying Ursa, you will now see, has 15 extra combat strength from Lighthouse and 20 from Shipyard. Oh yes, that's looking rather lovely. If I can get a joint war with one of Korea's neighbors, this would be pretty yeah, okay. China will go in with me on Korea. Just going to go through everyone I've met. Vietnam is the only other person. See if we can get anyone else into this war. Yeah, Vietnam love it. So my galley is going to park itself on the harbor. Flying Ursa is going to just move itself in range of all of these districts that I'm going to pillage, and I'm going to start blowing up units. Okay, yeah, getting experience for the Jolly Ursa is kind of the main objective for me here. Every promotion I get is worth an entire trade route for me, and trade routes with Japan are delicious. Because my cities are so stretched out, there is no decent Colosseum here. It just doesn't exist, and we're already really happy. I'm not going to bother with it. I think I'd rather keep the tiles for districts later, and I'm going to use Imhotep on Kilwa. Feels like a bit of a waste, but this is a really good wonder. Now, in real life, Japan owns like a little bit of an island above Hokkaido that's kind of shared with Russia. I don't know if it's like maybe a tile up here. I'm just assuming that this is all not to do with me. I could make an argument. I feel like I could make an argument, but that's why I'm not bothering, if you were wondering about that. There is raid, by the way. Excellent. That means I can now pillage at double strength, and as mentioned before, the Flying Ursa can indeed raid just like a privateer. This is what we're going to do. Bam. Cartography. My boats can now access the ocean, which is wonderful because it means I can continue exploring around a very busy Portugal. I'm also going to go down and see if I can't find Maori, New Zealand, Australia. There's a chance that Auckland is in this game. On these big TSL games, Auckland often spawns just because there's a lot of space in that area. Like a lot of island city-states do tend to spawn. In the meantime, why not do le pillage? Oh, we do like some pillage, don't we? It's the cultured and refined thing to do. God, 800 gold is a lot of gold. Just gonna keep getting shipyards. I might as well just really enjoy the production from my harbour districts. They're really good. Oh, steam power already boosted. Do I just go straight for electronics factories? It's tempting, you know. I'm gonna do it. Why not? Why not? That's what I ask you. And please don't give me a valid reason. I want to just live in this luxury. Speak of the devil. Here's Coupe. He has 12 sources of pearls. I'm actually quite pleased that I never got around to putting monopolies and corporations mode on. That would have been ridiculous. Don't mind me whilst I steal your stuff. 148 science. That's an entire turn's worth. Lovely. We haven't really made a lot of city-states that we want just yet, but if I ever do, Kilwa will make sure that I can get some really good bonuses from them. 3 envoys just for building it, that's wonderful, but my capital now gets 15% bonus yield if I ever get a suzerain situation set up, which I'm hoping I will. Now, we've unlocked alliances, but remember, I don't want an alliance. Ugh. Open borders with anybody? No, we've so far gone this entire game without having to open my borders to any single person, and I don't plan on changing that at any point. Still taking gold from Korea. Yes. I'm gonna use some of that gold to just convert my army into caravels, my navy into caravels. A very, very fun little upgrade for me that just means I'm pretty much uncontested in the sea in this area, which I do like. Divine right, monarchy. Ursa likes a shipyard. Yes, he does. I always really do put them off. I avoid building them for so long, and then when I do, you always go, oh yeah, they're really good. All right, these galleys are annoying me, and the Flying Ursa needs to start getting experience, so this is exactly what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, look at that. Gaul, meeting the sort of Western, Northern European civs now. France doesn't exist anymore. It is now all Gaul. I, for one, approve of this. Oh, okay. Korea now has caravels. I figured that out because my unit just got killed by one. It was just a galley. I was fixing it on my harbour, but that very much came from nowhere. Wow, Korea, you rapscallion, you. Well, now we've got square rigging. Time to industrialize, which I'm hoping I should be able to rush pretty soon, as I've got my second industrial zone being built, and I already have one over in this city. Get the workshop done nice and quick. This caravel is by far the most powerful thing we've had to fight so far. That's not good, but the Flying Ursa can launch a volley over the top. My caravel can do some good damage, and I'm hoping my galleys can fight and kill it. Yes, the power of the swarm. I'm going to see if I can steal this city-state. Do I want to do... Yeah, I think this will give me quite a lot of extra faith per turn. Let's try and grab it and see what happens. All right, it worked, and I basically just doubled my faith per turn. All right, let's hold fire on that one, see if it gets any better. But yeah, that's a nice one to have. Monarchy. I am a king. Now I have raid and Republican legacy and another card that I've forgotten about. Naval infrastructure. That was it, wasn't it? I'll put charismatic leader in for a little bit, stack up on 50% influence points, and veterancy, 30% extra capacity on building harbor buildings. This is the sort of thing that will help me just to get these coves sorted really, really quick. Excellent. We have found Rome and Cardiff, the third city-state. Okay, I've annoyingly taken out the first envoy meet card on Cardiff there, but there's Steam Vicky. Age of Steam Vicky. That's two good people to have met, to be honest. Especially because at the moment, for whatever reason, the game is actually first meet accepting a lot of friends here. I've just managed to get Rome alongside Gaul. Alright, let's start attacking the actual city centre now. Wabam. Second, wabamage. Yeah, we're doing good. This is fine. I reckon we can probably take this city within a few turns. Look at these trade routes. Brigand from my capital. 2 food, 2 production, 4 gold, 2 science, 2 culture, 12 faith. I haven't even got all of my districts down. I have been kind of avoiding a couple of districts in some of these cities just in order to make sure that I've got all of the builders being worked. Every tile I'm working needs to be improved. That's kind of the idea behind it all anyway. Scotland. Both England and Scotland are very much suppressed on this map. It happens. Tokyo now has a workshop or an industrial zone, and that means that all 4 trade routes coming into the city are earning 1 more science, 1 more culture, and 2 more gold. Excellent, but we can now get a workshop. That means that in 1 turn's time, we should get this workshop boost. Oh, it's all going so good. I love it. We're going to industrialize so hard everywhere, just as we had hoped. Also, yeah, not far off a level here. I've just realized as well, now that I'm getting a lot of admiral points, the next one, Santa Cruz, forms an armada out of a military naval unit. Now, I can only ever get 1 of these phantom flagships. It's kind of the unique unit, the one-off of the Brigand Court. There is nothing, however, about it being an armada or a fleet. So this is one of the few ways I can do it, apart from just deleting it and then later when I have seaports building a new one from scratch. This would be a way of adding 17 combat power to it. So I'm going to save up my faith. Using Chinguetti, we'll see how close to this we can get. I mean, unfortunately, Maori may, yeah, they've got a huge amount of faith. They may actually end up buying him out. That's unfortunate. Short of me running some harbor shipping, which I'm going to do. Let's just do that. Yeah, it feels like a bit of a waste from Tokyo, but I'm going to do it anyway. Industrialization. Oh, it's looking so good. It's looking so good. I want to get all of my governors out, but I'm just going to quickly get grants for Pingala. 100% extra great people points means I'm getting more admiral points. It's a very small upgrade, but it does help. Oh, the electronics factory. We're almost there. Oh, I did get some coal though. There's some coal. There's some coal. And I've actually got some coal. Oh yeah, okay. We've got 3 sources of the stuff. That's lovely. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennes, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!